Happy Easter, everyone. Coming to you from my kitchen. How is your Easter? What are you doing this morning? We are going to have fun. We have started the morning really well, and I'm so happy about the day itself. Inside the house, we are just having a blast with the children and everyone else. Today is Easter, and that has brought my mind into thinking about the only things that matter and everything that is happening around. We're so consumed with what is happening that we fail to acknowledge or just recognize the things that we have loved and the things that have created a difference in the way we think or anything like that. Do you love my hair? Anyway, today I thought about Easter, and the first thing that came to my mind was kindness, just the spirit of humanity and just the love for one another. And I feel like it's a time when things are happening and everything that is happening is drawing us to the question how human we are, or how much we love one another, or how much we appreciate one another. So in today's video, I would love to start by appreciating my family. That is my family in Kenya and my family in Finland. And more so, I think both my families have been really amazing to me, but more so my family in Finland, because I was coming to Finland. This was the first time I was meeting all of them, and everyone has been so amazing. I cannot even begin to explain to you how amazing they have been. But hey, here's the thing. Just one is meeting someone you have not met before and just showing love and care, kindness and everything has just been out of the world. The most amazing amount of kindness I have experienced from anyone else. And so I would like to thank them first of all. And so the second act of kindness that I have experienced recently is a gentleman that once we met at the bus stop, and he was in his 60s or 70s. I was still new in Finland. I needed to go get something from a certain store. I didn't know where the store was, and where I live there's only one bus stop, which is the closest where I was waiting for. So we waited there for quite some time, and then he looked at his phone, looked at the phone app for the transportation, and then told me the bus was cancelled. And Finn people, they keep their time. If someone tells you 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock. That is something I'm still adjusting to. And just the fact that out of his time he was going somewhere else, but then total stranger. He does not know me. I'm not of his race or anything like that, but he thought of me and standing there with my kids and thought of kindness. So that really is something we all need to think about at this time of Easter, or just the pandemic that is happening. So he took me to the bus stop, and not only did he take me to the bus stop, but he also boarded the bus with me. Now at this moment I'm thinking maybe he's going to the same place, but guess what? He was not going to the same place. He was going to Helsinki, but he still took the bus and took me to where I was going to. And then when we got there, at the entrance of the store that I was going to, he told me, "Hey pa," meaning he was going. And I was like, "Are you sure you're going? Like, you're not coming here?" And he said no, he wasn't coming there. So he told me Helsinki, and that for some reasons indicated to me that he was going to Helsinki. The thought of him leaving the bus stop with the bus stop with me, to take a bus with me, to go and show me a different alternative route, board a bus with me and take me where I was going to, and leaving me there to continue on to where he was going to. That for me is kindness. And I think in a time like this, my heart first of all thinks about him, and if he is okay, or if he's affected by this pandemic in one way or another. But I do hope that he is doing great. But yeah, there are those moments, that one of those times when today I'm thinking, if I were to meet him again, I would say thank you so much for that day when you helped me when I was still new in this place and I did not know even who you were. You did not know who I was, but you still took me to where I was going to. That is something I would love to keep, like, in my mind to always remind me that kindness is a big thing. It's the small acts we do that makes a whole difference into people's perspective of life or the day or the situation or just everything else, you know. You never know what someone else is dealing with, but he changed my thought about people, about strangers, about being in a new place and being scared and feeling lonely. And it kind of made me feel like, oh, it's not lonely actually, because someone cares. At least that one person cared and took me to where I was going to. So I think on this day, I think about him and how kind he was to me. To my mind on this day or the next, it's a group of people now, is once I was going again to another place. If you know very well, I'm in Finland, and my elder son is 8, so he left the house with a bicycle and they're going to take a bus. So on our way going, we took a bus and the bus driver did not tell us bicycles are not allowed in the bus. So what happened is we ended up boarding the bus. We got lost halfway where we were going to. Again, I was still new in this place. If I tell you about how many times I got lost here, you wouldn't even imagine. But yeah, so we had to technically come out of the bus and take another bus to take us to where we're going to, which is the common route we had always used. So after we came out of the bus, then we went to board to another bus to bring us back to where we're going to. I got in the bus. I was having my baby on the baby carrier to my front. I was holding my 4-year-old son on my hand, and my other son, my elder son, who was then 7, was in the bicycle. So I got into the bus and then helped my son, my 4-year-old, into the bus. So at this time, Nelly is struggling to find a place to hold so that my 4-year-old can go and sit down. And the bus left the stop before my elder son, who is 7, was in the bus. At this time, I'm scared. I'm freaked up. I am a new mother in Finland. I do not even know where I am in the first place, how I'm going to get out of there. I do not know. What my son's reaction being left at a bus stop, I did not know, and I cannot even just begin to imagine what was going through my mind at that time. So the bus driver closes the door. My son is outside, and I'm like, my son is outside the bus, and he goes like, "You just drove off and left my son at the bus stop." So I started shouting and I said, "You have left my son at the bus stop and we're still new here. We don't know where to go to. I don't know what to do. You have to stop the bus. I have to go out and stay with my son and find my way home." And then he says, "Bicycles are not allowed in the bus." And I'm like, "Then let me out. I can't until we get to the next stop." And the people in the bus, there are many people in the bus. A gentleman from the back started shouting, "You cannot do something like that," in Finnish. And another gentleman said in English, "You cannot do something like that. That is so not right." And everyone in the bus just started shouting, "You have to reverse. You have to go and take the young boy back. You have to go and take the young boy." The bus driver had to reverse and go and pick up my son and take us to where we were going to. At this time, when we got there, I was like, "I'll just go out and then you can just proceed." But everyone in the bus insisted, and the driver also insisted that he would take us to where we were going to avoid us getting into these kind of problems. And when we got to where we were going to, which was again a new store I did not know yet, so everyone was like, "Here's where you're going to, so just come out, take your time. When you're coming off, you take that bus from the other place there, and then you go home." And everyone in the bus, I think, including the driver, everyone was so kind to us, considering again, at that time I was still new here and they saw me with my children. And that was just the kindness of everyone in the bus spoke out on my behalf for me, to my concern, and just showed love and care to me. So that is also something that I really remember up to now. Like, no one stood by to watch my son being left at the bus stop. Like, everyone in the bus spoke out and made the driver reverse back to go and take my son. So that really stands out for me, really in a deep, much way. And of course, the other person I would like to thank on this Easter is just the gift of, no, not to thank really. This one, I think we have not, since I met my husband, we have not celebrated Easter together. I know it's really weird. We have like 3 children down the line. But we have never celebrated Easter together. So yes, today I'm so happy because for the first time we're celebrating Easter together, and just being together in one place as a family, that really means a lot to me, myself. And I think it also means a lot to the kids. And it's also my younger son's first Easter celebration. Yippee! I am growing. And yeah, so that makes me happy. And just the fact that we are all together in the same place. And when I'm saying this, I mean, like, if you are celebrating Easter and your family is away, I hope you find courage to take your phone and just call and connect with your family today, even if it's through Zoom or WhatsApp or anything. And just to give you a quick tip is, for us, when my husband used to be away, every celebration we did, we made sure he was part of the celebration by always including him on video calls. I know it does not compensate for the fact that the person is not physically there, but at least it brings that comfort of knowing that they were part of what you're doing and you're part of what they're doing at that particular time. But above all, thanks to my husband for preparing good pancakes for breakfast. That I am so grateful about, and my kids just trying to be good today. And let me show you something. I don't know how to show you.
Mommy, I want milk.
Okay, I'm coming to give you. We have made our Easter eggs, which I cannot show you. 1 minute. Here I have the Easter egg with the dinosaur. And then on this one, I have the amazing yellow and red Easter egg with some plant on it, which I think it's really symbolic for the day today. Oh, and what we're celebrating. That's Adrian's and this is Matthew's. I don't know if you're able to see the dinosaur. I'll try and take a picture for you. Yeah, it's really symbolic to me because today we're celebrating the resurrection of Jesus, and just the fact that it's a celebration of life. And I think this is really beautiful that my son put a plant in it, and I hope that gives us hope in this time. That it's going to be okay, it's going to be back to normal. We are going to live life in abundance. I wish you all the best this Easter. I hope you and your family enjoys it, and from me to you, bye. Remember, kindness wins everything. I tell all my sons that every day. Kindness wins every day and everything. Oh God. Bye. Yeah, remember to be kind. Remember to be kind to people you meet and everyone else. Okay, and here's T-Rex. T-Rex on Yeah, remember to be kind to everyone you meet. Remember, it's the small acts that you do that inspires or changes someone's thought of a place or people. Just be kind to everyone. Inspire hope, inspire change, inspire good energy, inspire positivity in people. Don't drain them off. The small acts really count at the end of it, so just be kind to one another. And from my family to yours, in whichever situation you're in, we wish you a happy Easter. If you're not feeling well, again, my son drew a plant. We wish you health and good health. And above all, enjoy your Easter, have fun with your family, and now we are going for the egg hunt very soon.